Good afternoon, happy Monday. It's the 2nd today and I hope you're all doing well. We are moving on to doing some binding on my Daisy quilt today. There are a couple more things that I want to do to the top of the quilt before I start putting the binding on. The first one is, I actually haven't done this before, but I want to give it a go and see if it's going to help at all. From previous experiences, when I've done line quilting like this, once I have cut the batting down or after I've trimmed the quilt, I've found that some of the quilting lines sort of like start to unravel or bounce out, and then after I pop the binding on, I found that the quilting lines have sort of started to come undone. So to avoid that happening, I'm just going to do a really quick line down the side of the quilts just to help these lines not to start to unravel as I cut close to the start of the stitch line. I think am I explaining this right? I'm pretty much just going to sew a line down the edge of just the top and the bottom of the quilt where the start of the lines start, just to stop it from unraveling when I trim it up. I think that made sense. Who knows? But I'm just going to quickly do that now, and then we're going to square up the quilt and then bind it. So here's the stitch that I've just done along the edge. I've done it really close to the edge so that the stitch won't be seen. It will be hidden in the seam allowance when I put the binding on. But hopefully by doing this, it will just stop these stitches from just popping out after I cut it down. So I just quickly did it all along the top and the bottom. So now we're going to square the quilt up, and when I do that, I usually like to use a super long ruler. This one is actually in centimeters. It is 60 centimeters long, and then I like to use the really big rotary blade. This one is 60 mil, I think. I've said it before, I suck at remembering what the sizes of rotary blades are. I'm pretty sure it's a 60 mil. I like to use this one when I'm trimming quilts because it's big, it goes through all of the layers, and I just get a lot more cut all at one time. So the way that I like to square up my quilts is I just pop it on my mat. I will place my ruler along the edge of the quilt like that, and then I'll choose a line in the ruler and line it up with a straightish line that's on the quilt. Usually I go by a seam line, so there's a seam line here, so these little lines here on the ruler, they're lining up with the straight seam line on the quilt, blah blah blah. So then using that as my sort of guide, I will then place the ruler straight along there. Yeah, it's pretty straight, and that's where I'll cut, and that will give you a nice straight line all the way down. So once this side of the quilt is cut, we're now working with a nice lovely straight line. Again, I will just put my ruler along the nice straight edge. So I'm lining up these little notches on the ruler with a straight line. And then hopefully we will then have a nice lovely clean line to cut on this side. binding is all made. I ended up cutting 2.5 by the width of fabric lengths to be able to go around the quilt. So that equals, in metric system, just a little over 6 meters. So I think that should definitely do it. Go around the whole circumference of the quilt. So now it's time to stitch it on. Cue another time lapse. Goodness, it has turned into quite a chilly, cold afternoon. It was really warm this morning, but this afternoon it's just gone really chilly. It is currently 17 degrees. It feels like 14. Yeah, it's chilly. I think I'm gonna have a change of mind. Yesterday I mentioned that I was waiting for purple coloured thread to then finish the back of the binding with. I was thinking that I would have to have like a matching purple to the binding, but I'm thinking I might be able to just get away with using just white because the background fabric is white. So I'm thinking of just starting sewing the binding on anyway, and then when I get that purple thread in, I'll just add it to my collection and use it for whatever. I'm in the mood to just sit on the lounge and just sew, and this is a great sort of project to keep continuing on with. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to get all cozy and do some sewing. Right, I do need a needle though. I've got all of my needles in my little needle book here. I actually have a tutorial for this. I did it like, oh my gosh, a couple of years ago now. It's just a really simple needle book. It's got a little press stud here, and when you open it up, it's got like little pages of felt that you put your needles in. Oh, it's all stuck there. Ta-da! So if you'd like to make one or even just check out that tutorial, then I'll link it on the screen and also pop it down in the description box. It was really simple, really easy, and it's very handy for when you just want to quickly grab out a needle. And I also just store all of my new ones that I bought and my little needle threaders in there as well. While I'm sharing, I'll also let you know what size needle that I love to hand sew with. I love using an embroidery needle in size 7. The brand that I use is just the birch ones. I just get these at Spotlight, and it comes in a pack of so many. I don't know, what does it say? 16, a pack of 16, and they're a size 7. I just find that they're a really great length. They're nice and sharp, and the eye is big enough to sort of fit any sort of size thread in there. Okay, well I'm gonna go and get myself all comfy and cozy on the lounge, and we'll start the very last steps of getting this quilt finished. I have just received a lovely happy package in the mail. Just a couple of fun little things, but I thought I'd show you because we're daily vlogging, and this is what happened today, and it's very exciting. Lots of these little things that are happening at the moment in lockdown are very exciting. So the first thing is a puzzle. Look, it is all Mickey heads. I think it's awesome. I'm so excited. I love the Ravensburger, is it Ravensburg? Yeah, Ravensburger puzzles. They're so good, and they do such great Disney puzzles, so I'm excited about that. It's going to be a tough one, but very fun. And then the other thing I got is another Mickey Mouse thing, and it's one of the new pops that are out. It's Mickey holding a Mickey lollipop, so I will add this to my wonderful collection that I have here. I don't think I've shown you this. I have now put shelves up in my room. So I have a specific shelf for my Mickey Pops, which is kind of overflowing. It's okay. And then another one for all my Diamond Pops and my Toy Story Pops. So I'll show you. I got these two shelves from IKEA and I popped them up on the wall and I popped my Pops up there. So this is my Mickey shelf and Minnie shelf. Can't forget her. And then up here I have my Toy Story ones, and then these are some of my Diamond Pops up here. I've got my Disney pins here on the wall, and then here is my bookshelf full of all of my other Pops. Nice. So up the top is just lots of random sort of things. Got my Harry Potter shelf, Mickey and Minnie Mouse shelf. This one's got my Disney DVDs and my Pluto statues. It also has my amazing Steamboat Mickey Lego set, which I love. And then down the bottom is like my overflow of Toy Story, and then I also got a Dundee Award because I love The Office. So that was a very quick and impromptu sort of tour of my collection. It is by no means big as some that I've seen on Instagram, but I love it. It makes me happy. If you would like me to go into more detail or have a more in-depth tour or discussion of all of the bits and pieces that I collect, or go through my Disney collection or my Mickey collection, then yeah, let me know and I will definitely schedule it in for our everyday vlogging in August. I'd love to share with you what I got and why I got and what I want to get and why I love to do it. I know not a lot of people are into this kind of thing, and that's cool. I totally get it, but I know that there are also a lot of people who do, and like me, are curious and nosy and want to know what people have and why they decide to collect the things that they do. So if you would like me to do that, then yeah, let me know. Okay, my friends, it's time for me to sign off for the day. Thank you all so much for joining me today on second day of vlogging. How's it the second day already? This evening, Mum and I got stuck into watching the equestrian, some show jumping, whatever it was, in the Olympics, and then we flicked over and watched some of the artistic swimming. It's not called synchronized swimming anymore, it's called artistic swimming. So we watched the pairs in that, and can I just say, those girls that swim that are just insane. It's just incredible what people can do with their bodies in water. I just can't believe it. But thanks again for watching, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.